How you doing? My name's Derrick, TruGentleman Wheeler.
I'm Kwan. You may have seen me on the Crystalroselove channel.
We're cousins. No, I just want to talk about a certain topic, an issue that I have with our young black youth, especially the boys. There's really no role models for our young boys coming up, and I see so much disrespect through the ages. I mean, from 10, teenager, and then as they get into their 20s, just the disrespect that I see out here is just, it's mind-boggling to me. They don't have any role models to teach them the right and the wrong things to do. So I mean, they're growing up without anyone to tell them that, okay, well, a woman's not a bitch. You know what I mean? A woman's so much more than that. You know, a woman is your mother, is your sister. You know, would you go out here and treat these other females out here? You know what I mean?
Pretty much what you're saying is, how would you like it if somebody treated your sister or your mother the way you treat the women that you deal with?
Right.
You know, it's sad that we've come so far, well, actually that we went backwards. You know, we can think about from when our dads were younger, you know, our dads had their father and their mother in the house. Right. And it's like, after that generation, it's kind of just, the men have disappeared, man. It makes no sense. And because of that, our young men in particular are learning from BET. You know, you have women who were young when they had kids and didn't have a man in their life, so they're trying to teach a young man how to be a man, but they don't even know what it is. Right. You know?
I like that you just said that, the fact that, you know, they're learning from BET, they're not learning from, you know, the men at home. They're coming from single family homes with just the mother. And there's no real male role model figure in their lives. And you know, the media is now raising our kids. Yeah. You know, we're becoming a society of followers and less of society of leaders. You know, there's no one out there really focusing in on our youth, and that's why they're growing up, you know, the way that they are, because they're listening to these rap songs talk about, you know, back that ass up and hold this and this bitch that, and you know, cars and money. So I mean, they're being instilled with the wrong values because there's no man there to teach them the real core values, what it takes to be an actual good, you know, black man, how to grow up and be, you know, and have good values. I mean, they're learning all the wrong things from all the wrong people.
I'm not gonna blame it solely on the media, no. Because, you know, the oldest saying in the world that we've all heard is it takes a village to raise a child. And for us as men, I think even if you don't know a boy, you know, when you're out in the street and you're doing what you're doing and you see these kids, they're watching you. They're emulating everything you do. Every misstep you make, every positive step you make, they're watching it and they're learning from it because they don't have anyone else to learn from. So I think we kind of got to be a little more conscious about how we behave and how we treat our women when we're out in the streets and how we treat our parents when we're around, you know, because they're learning from that. Right. They're watching us. Another thing is, I think we just kind of got to get away from the mediocrity thing, man. Yeah. You know, I've been riding around lately, and I know we're kind of getting off topic, but I'm seeing a lot of these things online and just, you know, like signs in people's lawn, all these graduation parties and congratulations, he graduated from high school, and these people are so excited. And don't get me wrong, I think that's a great thing that you graduated from high school, but I think we kind of stuck with mediocrity, you know, particularly when it comes to our boys. We're allowing them to just stop at high school or don't even finish. You know, it's just, it's sad. It's a sad case for us as a people to get to the point where you can say this statement and believe that it's true, that college ain't for everybody. Right. You know, or, you know, not everybody can be the president. No, not everybody's going to be the president, but anyone can be the president.
Anyone can be. Like, I like that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. In certain cities where you have, you know, I hear people say, oh, there's nothing else for me out there. Yeah. You know, well, I mean, you're not even making an effort to do anything else. I mean, you have a lot of people out here, you know, slanging, doing different things to make a dollar and have this lifestyle of cars and money. And that's where these kids are learning from. So it's not just the media, it's people in their own neighborhoods, you know, who are, you know, saying, oh, you know, come work for me, I can get you this, I can get you that. They're being introduced to it at such a young age, you know, now, because I mean, they're their 12, their 13, 15-year-old brother and sister are being introduced, and now they're introducing it to their younger siblings. So they're seeing, you know, their brother come home with a little roll of money, and so they're like, oh, I want to be just like my brother. So the role models out here is just, I mean, it's crazy. We're not setting the right example for our young black youth. It's just, you know, it's really saddening. You know, it's heart-wrenching for me. Like, this is a huge issue for me. Yeah. You know, and I've tried to do my part as far as, you know, doing respite work and working with young boys. But I mean, it has to be a total package. Like, everyone has to get involved. Yeah. It can't take one or two people, or, you know, it has to take, it's a group effort, you know, to come out of this situation, to actually turn things around. Because if we don't do it, you know, it's not going to happen, and the cycle is just going to continue on.
It's only going to get worse. If you notice, generation after generation, as long as we continue to drop the ball, each generation is getting worse. You know, they're taking what we've done wrong, and they're taking it to the next level of wrong. I think we kind of got to have a paradigm shift as a people. And I hate to just say black people, but we're the ones hurting the most. We're the ones, everybody else is at an 8.2%, you know, being unemployment. We're at 16.5. You know, we're the ones hurting the most. And there's a reason for that. Don't get me wrong, there are some jacked up situations that that involve racism and all that, but I don't want to focus so much on that. I want to focus on the fact that we're dropping the ball.
Right.
You know, let's face the facts. The government isn't going to do anything for us. You know, they've dropped the ball for the last 400 years. Why are we waiting on them to fix our problems? We have to fix our problems, and it starts with the men. You know, we have to step up as men and bring our sons up. And even if you're doing wrong, in my opinion, you know, you might not agree with me on this, but if you're doing wrong, man, be a man and tell your kids, look, what I'm doing is not right.
Right.
You know, don't follow in my footsteps. I'm doing this out of necessity. You can do better than me. I want you to be a better man than I am now. Your child will appreciate that honesty far more than what they're learning from you just by watching.
Right. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with that. And, you know, people that are doing wrong, you know, they're doing it for whatever reason they're doing it. They should still instill in their kids that this is not what I want for you.
Exactly.
I want you to do better. The only thing I don't agree with is because they can do something else. You know, depending on their situation. You know, whether it was, you know, they were in jail and it's hard for them to find a job. They can do something.
Yeah.
You know, I know people who have been in the game and, you know, doing different things and doing wrong and have made enough money to go legit and do things the proper way. So you can, but at the same time, like what you said, if you are doing wrong, it's still our duty as men to try to instill in our kids that I want better for you.
Yeah. The bottom line is the boys can't raise themselves.
Right.
You know, and I'm not shooting down the ladies, but you guys do a great job with raising young men, but it's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can teach him about being a man, because you're not a man. So fellas, we gotta step up. Like I said, just in your general behavior, we have to step our game up, because they're watching us. They're watching us. And if they're not watching us, they're watching TV and they're learning from them, and all they want is fast money. You know, they want to look a certain way, not realizing that stuff is fleeting. You get a brand new car, they don't realize it's a note and insurance and all this stuff that goes along with it, and it can be gone just as fast as it can.
Right. But no one can take your knowledge and your values, the strong values that you learn. No one can take your knowledge. No one can take that away from you.
Yeah.
You know, they can take everything away from you. You know, you can do all these things that you see in the media and are taught in your neighborhoods, and you see these cars and stuff like that. They can come and take all that like that. No one can take what you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's forever. That goes to the grave with you. So, I mean, we just need to focus on, you know, educating our kids and bringing them up a positive way, and having, you know, being strong black men. So, teaching our kids to be strong as well.
Yeah, and the more you know, if it is taken from you, if you have that knowledge base, if you have that foundation, you can always get it back.
Right.
Because you're smart enough to be able to use it to your advantage. But if you don't know anything, man, you fighting uphill. To
kind of conclude, it's just, you know, men, we need to step up. We need to step our game up, and we need to be vocal, and we need to be present in our kids' lives. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, what you're doing in life. Want better for our youth. You know, tell them that you want better for them, and give them the tools and give them the confidence to go out there and get it.